Last November, I was in the market for a new vehicle. We had worked with Joe previously when he was out at Spady's. Bought 3 new vehicles out there, and my wife said when we got our last one out there that she wanted to deal only with Joe. Said he's friendly, he's not pushy, he'll take care of us when we go in for oil changes. He'd ask if we needed coffee or anything to drink. He was always nice, outgoing. When he opened up his own business, I heard an ad on the radio, and so I called him and told him what I was looking for. Said I had an '05 Jeep Liberty I was getting ready to get rid of. It was in good shape, had high miles. Kind of told him what I was looking for. A couple weeks later he called and said, I've got a couple vehicles in here for you to look at. Came in and met with him. He's friendly and outgoing as always. Gretchen's always a big help also. We found a vehicle that day that I decided I wanted. They helped us get the paperwork all lined up. Checked with me a couple times to make sure how the vehicle's working, if I'm satisfied. Joe's always been good to us, and next time I get ready to trade, I'll come back and see him again.
It is, I went about everywhere there is to go to check for a car, and I was driving down 4th Street here, and I saw this sign that says Swift. Swift. So I thought, hey, he's got some nice looking cars in there, so I'll pull in there and see what. Well, naturally he didn't have the car I wanted, because the car I wanted had to have a lot of special features. Like it had to only be this far off the ground so my wife could get in. It had to have a power seat on the passenger side, 8-way power seat. I wanted Michelin tires. I wanted this, that, and the other thing. So just like all the other places, they didn't have what I want. So Joe says to me, well, what do you want? So I give him my list. It was about this long. He said, well, let me work on that a little bit and I'll see if I can come up with something. I said, well, you know, I want a lot for my trade-in. He said, well, I know what you want. And I want a car just like this that looks like new, no dents, no nothing. So he says, well, let me work on it. So I figured, yeah, sure. With that list I gave him, I'll never hear from him again. So I went home. Well, guess what? A couple days later, he calls me and says, come on down, I got your car. I said, what do you mean you got my car? That list, you couldn't possibly have my car. But I'll come down and check it out. So, come down there. There sits the car, but I got my wife with me. So we had to make sure, yep, by gosh, you can get in. There's that power seat. Everything is like new. He gave me a good trade-in on my car that I wanted to trade in, and so, dang, I hated to spend the money, but sometimes it's a pleasure to spend your money when you get what you want. So that's my experience. And I found out this too. When I drove by that sign and it said Swift, I didn't realize how swift it was to get the car I wanted by coming to Joe.
Joe kept things where I wanted them. I had a price that I felt I could afford, and he kept it there. He kept looking until he found something that I liked. Joe, I feel, is honest, and Gretchen, you know, she's great in the office, getting loans, going through and stuff, and I feel that they're honest and not going to put me into something that I can't afford. Definitely come out and see you. You've got a lot full of nice vehicles, and if you didn't trust the vehicle, you wouldn't have them out here.
Chris and I had decided that we wanted a new vehicle, and we had a laundry list of what we wanted. And also a date that, you know, we were ready to purchase it. So within 4 days of that date, Joe had 2 vehicles that met our entire laundry list. And on our behalf, he had negotiated a price well below expected retail. And I need to tell you, it was below our top limit. And that kind of customer service is very unusual in my opinion. We chose one. Within 36 hours, it was in our hands. He had gone over that vehicle with a fine-tooth comb. It was in pristine condition and looked like it had been detailed. We couldn't be happier. Now, not only that, but he has followed up with us 3 or 4 times to make sure that everything is going well. And we just consider that kind of customer service a treasure.
Well, we were looking for a low dollar car, and those are kind of hard to find, a good reliable car, and we showed up at Joe Swift, and first experience here, he didn't have anything on the lot, but boy, when something was here, he was quick to let us know, and we were able to find, I feel like, a really good deal, that Joe was very fair and very honest, and we appreciate doing business with Joe.
Joe and Gretchen are easy to work with. They help you fix, look at what your needs are and help you to find the vehicle that fits what you need in the price range you've got. And again, like Joe said, my husband Joe said, they are honest, they work with you, and the values they represent in their business, the integrity comes through loud and clear.
Tell him it's a good buying experience. He gave me a good trade-in. He's trying to sell a lot of vehicles and make a little money on each one rather than jacking the price up on each one and trying to make a killing. So I would highly recommend you go to Swift Auto.
Well, stop in and talk. And Joe's a lot of fun to talk to, so even if you don't make a deal, if he doesn't have what you want on the lot, I tell you what, I heard this rumor, and I've got to check this out with Joe. Joe, did you really have to go halfway to China to get the car I wanted?
Go in and meet Gretchen and Joe, and I think that is 95% of it right there. You're going to see honest, kind people that only want to please you. If you don't see what you want on their lot, they can get it. And my daughter right now is considering having a car with, she has a lot on her laundry list, brought in through Joe and Gretchen, because we have been so pleased with our experience.
I'm Scott Furrow.
My name is Leo Colson.
I'm Paula Conriff.
My name is Barb Smith.
I'm Joe Sucroft.
And I'm Susan Sucrop.
And we're Swift buyers.
We appreciate all of our customers. We are Swift Auto Center of North Platte.